Welcome back to Sweet Nine Reacts, and today's video is going to be about people discussing how they're paying off their debt, from credit card debt to student loan debt to car payments. They're going to disclose how they're paying everything off and explain the order in which they went in order to pay off their debt to be debt free. So we're going to watch these videos and then react to this.
I'm debt free and I'm not going to keep the secret to paying off a mountain of debt plus a mortgage. I'm refuse to gatekeep. You're not going to want to hear it though. That's the problem. I've told you this before and you don't want to listen and you send me the eye roll emoji. But if you would do it, can't guarantee you that you would get out of debt in the amount of time that we did, because everyone's story is different, but I can guarantee that you would actually start to see a difference. Because see, here the thing is, the key to getting out of debt is budgeting. And I know you don't want to hear it. Listen, I get it. It's the B word. It's a cuss word. It seems boring. It seems tedious. It seems monotonous. It seems like it's going to take away your ability to do what you want. So you just have this idea in your head and you can't get out of that cycle of thinking. But I can promise you this, if you will start budgeting, pen and paper, EveryDollar app, whatever it is. You know I love the EveryDollar app, but I started out old school pen and paper. Whatever you do, if you would start it today and you would start tracking every single dollar that you're spending, you would know everything that came in, everything that went out, what your average grocery bill is, what your average gas bill is in your vehicles. If you had that information, all of a sudden your life could change. All of a sudden you would see where you're overspending and where you could cut back to pay off debt or to invest for the future or to pay off your house or to save for your kids' college or whatever it is. See, without that information, you don't know what to do. You're literally walking in blind. You are walking around a dark room, feeling your way around, not sure how you're going to get out. But I'm telling you, that is absolutely, without a doubt, unequivocally, the way to get out of debt. The way to change your financial future is to know what you're spending present day.
Hey guys, so there's a testimony that I've been withholding, which I shouldn't have, but I finally got around to recording. So basically, I wanted to share a testimony of how I got completely debt-free back last year, I think it was, last 2024 December, and I got my debt cleared, or the debt cleared that I had. I think it was a month. So from October to November, I had a debt relief. So let me just give context. So I had been praying about like God's really making me financially prudent, and God was telling me to do certain things and I wasn't completely being obedient. That's another thing that I have to admit to. And then I was like, oh God, I've got all these outstanding things that I need to have cleared and whatever the case be. And literally, I started being obedient. Like, oh, track your finances, track your outgoings, track your incoming, track this, track that. So I was like, okay, cool. Started doing it. And then I was prayerfully trying to, listen to what the Lord was telling me to do. So anyway, randomly, my housing association, because I'm with a housing association, and that's for those that are in the UK. I'm with the housing association. Yeah, I won't disclose that. But yeah, they had called me randomly and said, do you need any support with this? Do you need any support with that? And we can put you in touch with people to help you with this. And I was like, oh, that's great. Yeah, let's get into it. So I literally, they referred me to a company called, I will put it in the description or in the caption, and it was basically called a debt relief. And I spoke to this lady was an angel. As soon as I spoke to her, she said, right, I'm going to need all your information, I'm going to need all the payments that you had outstanding, and I think I had an outstanding balance of like £10,000, and this was all from like COVID. Again, I was never a person that was in debt, because again, I used to be quite good with my finances. I used to be able to track down to every penny, but COVID just started just backlogging a bunch of things that wasn't making sense. Like, I didn't even know why I owed some of the money that I owed at the time. So anyway, this lady from this company, again, I'll write it in the caption below, she now said to me, right, list everything, you name it, from council tax, bills, like I think I had I did a course and there was a advanced loan on there that I had taken out. She said, yeah, include everything down to every little bank, what do you call those things, credit cards, down to literally everything. She said, list everything you can think of, and I'll see what I will be able to get written off and what you probably would have to pay for. I said, whatever it is, I don't mind. I'm even happy that I'm doing this. She said, now, one thing I would want to say to you is this could either be long or it can be short. I said, okay, cool, what will make it short? Because again, I'm very efficient. I don't like to waste time with things. Like, tell me what I need to do so I can do what needs to be done type of thing. So anyway, she's like, we can do this in a week. We can do this. This can take a week, a month, or a year. It's all up to you. I said, ideally, I wanted this to take days. She said, okay, cool. Let's send me everything that I need promptly so that I can handle your case quickly. Cut a long story short, she managed to do a debt relief for me. And the good thing about it is that she used to work directly with the debt side of things, but then she got moved to another department, so she was able to know every little insight of what was needed to get the debt that I had outstanding cleared. And I now stand as a completely debt-free human being. I have no debt. That even when I'm trying to take, like, when I'm feeling like, oh, let me just, get like finance for this, and the Lord's like, no, you don't need finance. You don't need finance. You don't need finance. And I'm so glad that God has been so intentional to even keep me away from any form of like finance or debt, because He wants me to really be free. So I've just come on here to share my testimony.
I'm going to show you how to pay off your debt faster without having to pay more money or make larger payments, and this takes little to no extra effort. Let's say your debt balance is $1,000. Let's go over first what most people do, and this is where you make the minimum payment every 30 days. What this is going to look like, let's say standard, most cards are going to have a minimum payment around $40 for a $1,000 balance. Now, you think that $1,000 minus a $40 payment is going to equal $960 remaining. Wrong. So actually, you're paying an interest anywhere from 25 to 28% on credit cards. So 25% of that $1,000. So we're going to go modest and say on 25%, you're going to be paying $20.80 per month in interest. This gets removed from that payment. So your $40 payment gets taken $20.80 out just to pay that bank interest. So you're actually only paying $19.20 to your principal, or to your overall balance. So your actual balance after your minimum payment is $980.80. This is not the way you want to be going about this. This is going to make paying off your debt way longer. So here's what you're going to do instead. Every single week, you are going to make a $10 payment. This is still going to end up being $40. You paid $40 here. You're paying $40 here by the end of the month. But here's where it's different. Week 1, your balance is going to be $990. At the end of week 2, it's going to be $980. At the end of week 3, $970. Week 4, $960. Why this matters, doing these payments like this, is your interest will go off of the new balance. So instead of paying 25% off of 1,000, you're paying 25% off now $990, $980, $970, $960, which means your interest goes down. You won't be paying $20. You'll be paying a lot less. More of your money, more of your payment of that $40 in that total month is going to go towards your principal, your actual balance. So this is going to pay off your debt much, much faster. This is called micro payments.
I paid off $43,000 in credit card debt on 13 different credit cards using the snowball method. Let me tell you how. This is not a secret, but you might want to listen up. So what you do first is you take all of your credit card balances and list them out from the smallest balance down to the largest balance. And then you want to figure out what the minimum payment is. You want to set that up so that you pay that minimum payment on all of them monthly. So you don't want to miss payments because you don't want to take any more hits to your credit score because your usage is already high. Then you want to do your budget and see what extra money you have left in your budget after you've paid all of your monthly bills and your minimum credit card payments on all of your accounts. The extra money you're going to take and put that on the very first credit card on your list. So that's has the smallest balance. And then you want to keep chipping away at that month by month until that becomes zero. Once you zeroed out that number one credit card bill, you take the minimum payment that you were paying on that plus the extra, and now you're going to put that on the second credit card in your list of credit cards. And then you're going to do the same exact thing. Chip away at it slowly like a snowball. So the snowball you build up slow until you get to the big. That's the debt snowball method. You want to do that until all of your credit cards are paid off. This method applies to any type of debt that you have.
Sounds like something that can be done, can be managed. My suggestion is budgeting. So see what your expenses is, like they said, list all your expenses and then budget, just see where most of your money is going. If you're blowing it on silly stuff, you might want to just take that money from buying it on, like splurging on silly stuff, and then just take that and put it on your debt, whatever your debt is, if it's credit cards or student loans. You just take that, and you might just have to cut back and just start paying on it slowly, And like they said, each month, you can do it weekly, put a little bit on there each week. That adds up to being, like 400. You take a certain amount each week, 40, 50 each week, and put it on it. Instead of taking a whole lump sum of 500 or 400 and putting it on it, just try doing something. But main thing, take care of the debt you have and try not to create more debt. And then once you take care of the debt you have, still try not to create more debt. Maybe try to save if you're able to and not create more debt. And if you have a lot of credit cards, maybe, try to get rid of most of them and just have one. Get rid of all of them, actually. Just have one. All you need is one credit card, So, yeah, that's it. If this is good advice and you like this video, just give it a like, thumbs up. And if you want to see more of these type of videos, hit the subscribe button to see more. Comment if you experienced this method that they talked about, snowball method, one of the methods, and if this worked for you and you're debt free now from paying it off slowly throughout the monthly, and what worked for you. Just let me know. I'm interested to know what other people's methods are and how they took care of their debt. That's the conclusion to my video, and I will see y'all all in the next video, and thank you for watching. Bye.